ended the Pats' 21-game winning streak at home and clinched the AFC West. The bad, their reigning MVP Patrick Mahomes injured his hand early in the win and will have x-rays to determine the extent of the problem. The Chiefs are 1 game back of New England for a first-round bye. Stephen A., tell me this. How far can a healthy Mahomes take the Chiefs in the playoffs?
To the AFC Championship game. That's what I believe. But I just don't trust Kansas City's defense. And I think that ultimately that will fold against stiffer competition. That is my belief. I wouldn't mind being wrong because I'd love to see Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl against San Francisco or New Orleans for that matter. But I just really, really believe that at some point in time, you have to be able to stop somebody when it comes to winning a championship. And I don't trust Kansas City's defense to do that.
The most hilarious thing to me is that this team is flying under the radar now. If Patrick Mahomes is healthy, like his hand allows him to beat Patrick Mahomes, this team, listen to me very carefully, this season could easily win the Super Bowl. They were one pre-snap penalty away last year from going to the Super Bowl, and I believe they would have beaten the Rams. And even though, Stephen A., what you're saying is right, when you look at the overall numbers, it's not as eye-popping as last year. Don't get it twisted, right? People are getting it bent. Is he worse than he was last year? No. If he's healthy, he should be, in the moment of truth, even a little better. He's a little more experienced. So don't think of him as he got hurt this year. If he's healthy, he's a 50-touchdown quarterback with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and an improved defense. I mean, all I need to see is that they're healthy, by the way, and I'm going to pick them to win the whole thing. I need to see a healthy Patrick Mahomes. I'll pick them to win the whole thing.
I don't have a problem with I believe the Chiefs make the AFC Championship. My only problem is I think the Baltimore Ravens are the best team on that side of the – look, it's no indictment on the Chiefs. Can they beat the Ravens? Yes. Because of Pat Mahomes, and they did it. Yeah. But to the point now today, as we sit here, as we've seen this season play out, I think the hardest team to defend in the NFL is the Baltimore Ravens. I think one of the hardest defenses to go against are the Baltimore Ravens as well. So when I look at the team, and I don't think the Chiefs' defense in the past few weeks have been as bad as we formulated about them being bad. They made plays. They picked off passes against the Patriots. They made stops previous to playing the Patriots game to get them out of a game. So to that point, the Chiefs can be a team to compete and beat the Ravens at this point in the season. My only doubt is this, though. I don't know who the Chiefs are when the Ravens make it a brawl. That's my only issue. Like, once Lamar Jackson and this offense with 3 tight ends are on the field for 6-minute drives, and Pat Mahomes standing on the sideline and he getting 2 or 3 less possessions in a football game that he would normally get in order to go out there and be prolific, because that's what the Ravens do to you. They demoralize you. They keep your offense on the sideline, and they make your defense play 90 plays a game.
On defense, they ball hawks.
No question.
Since the trade, they got help in the secondary. But what I'm saying is, money on the line. Mahomes to Tyreek Hill. I'll put my money on them.
You put your money on them. I'm putting it on Lamar Jackson.
But what if the Ravens get behind? Are you concerned about them then?
If they get behind
early?
Not really, because the defense, the Ravens are number 1 in scoring defense over the last 7 games.
So they'll put up points
Marcus
that way.
Peters has changed a lot about what they do over there.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up. We spent so much time in Kansas, a little less time in Kansas City, but especially when he went to L.A., we spent so much time being critical of Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters has played lights out for the Baltimore Ravens. He has completely elevated that defense on national television. We need to take a moment. We bring up Jalen Ramsey. We bring up Stephon Gilmore. And I'm not saying he's even on that level anymore. I'm not sure. But I'm telling you right now, what he has done for the Ravens.
It's an unbelievable story.
Unbelievable. He deserves credit. He really does.
It's an indictment of the Rams because, like, when you make the Ramsey move, you're like, ooh, they got better. And then they move Peters. It's like, wait a minute.
Keep them both.
You do all that. You take them both for this season.
Yeah.
And here's your thing. I'm going to play into what you talk about psychologically. Marcus Peters walked into a locker room with some dogs.
That's right.
And he is one.
And he is one.
Right? With Earl Thomas in the back. So that trend, not saying that it wasn't dogs in L.A., but that Baltimore Ravens defense is a different little cachet to when you walk into that building.
We saw him in the ring. Anthony Joshua getting a little revenge on Andy Ruiz. Max, I always want to hear from you on this.
Joshua everyone's lauding the game plan because he played it safe. And when you take an immediate rematch against a guy who knocked you out, always a good idea to just get through that fight with a win if you can. Because the guy has a whammy on you. Every time he hits you, like the guy, you start to shake. The problem is this. He was considered the best heavyweight. Does anyone watching that fight now believe he gets through 12 rounds with Deontay Wilder?
No, here's my quick assessment real quick. Number one, Andy Ruiz should be ashamed of himself for coming into the ring at 283 pounds. That's just ridiculous.
And then admitting he wasn't in the best shape he could have been.
That's just embarrassing. No wonder why folks didn't take you seriously. And he can fight, and he's skilled. He really got power. He's got speed. He can box. But to be that slovenly at 283 pounds is ridiculous.
Let me say something.
Anthony Joshua, I still don't believe he could be in the ring for 12 rounds with Wilder.
Not being a boxing aficionado, being a dude that love the sport and watch it, Anthony Joshua chin got exposed.
Yes.
And when you fight Deontay Wilder, you gonna get hit in the chin.
One thing about Deontay, real quick. I think his right hand is the biggest punch in the history of boxing.
Ooh.
He's also fast, and while he doesn't have the skills of the elite champions we've seen in the past, he has the will to win of elite champions.
Dog, man.
That is a problem.
Anthony Joshua can outbox Wilder potentially. It won't matter. The second he gets clipped with a right hand, it's over.
Wilder's skills are a little underrated.
They are.
He has his own style.
They are.
The problem with Deontay is it's coming.
And it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
You sustain
You better be able to get off the deck like Tyson Fury.
All
right, Max on Boxing Fridays.
5 o'clock.
ESPN 2,
Well, this week
5
it's
o'clock.
4:30.
4:30. We'll be breaking it all down.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging, guys. Enjoy Monday Night.